Yes, it is. Yeah, we've got volume. I've been away for a week, so I'm just trying to get used to the settings. Yeah, let's just make sure we've actually got people watching. As usual, I didn't advertise I was going on. Never do. Can't see the point. Well, I can see the point, but it wasn't meant to be tonight. How do I get that up again? One of the reasons why I'm on tonight is I've got new internet connection because my contract expired. Right, I have a chat box up there, so no one's in yet. I need to find the YouTube platform. There we go. YouTube live control panel, that's what I'm after. And sign in. If I can remember what my details are. Oh, something's happening. Yeah. What was my password? Oh God, it wants verification on my phone. Where's my phone? There's my phone. Let's try it. Right, okay. Is this you? Yes, it's me. Okay. Save. Save. Skip. What's it doing? It's never done this shit before. Okay, right. Select stream. We're going to go for that one. Excellent. Okay, we're on. Let's go live chat. I'm not expecting many on tonight. Let's put that box down there. Right. Current viewers 1. That's probably me. So if you read the title, you can see what's happened. I've been away on holiday. I was in the hotel room. I had a few beers and I fancied a ZX81. As you know, if you've been following the channel, I've been putting some ZX81 stuff up, trying to make games for it, and one for the Spectrum, which was what's the word I'm looking for? Right. Okay. Yeah. The ZX81 game I was making on the Spectrum, which was inspired, that's the word, inspired by the ZX81. And it kind of got me thinking, I want to know what a ZX81's like, you know, to use, because I never had one as a child. And if you've been following the channel, you'll see that I jumped on an emulator and I started doing some programs. I put one onto it. A couple of people couldn't get it to work because the file saving is different than the Spectrum, where the Spectrum uses the TAP file, which I normally save in. The ZX81 uses the P file. So I'm having to get used to that. Anyway, like I said, I went away for a week, had a few drinks one night, and I started looking on eBay, didn't I? And I bidded on a ZX81. And there it is behind me. There's the box. It came with the original box. So I'm using original hardware tonight. That's what you can see up on the screen at the moment. That is the ZX81 screen. This particular ZX81 came with the 16K expansion memory pack, and also a cassette player. Which is pretty cool. That works as well. Stripped it down today actually, put some new belts in it. But unfortunately, for some reason, it won't work with the ZX81. So I can't save on it. But I do have another cassette recorder, which is here. There it is. So yeah, I have another tape player for the ZX81, which seems to be working. Now, I did a bit of research before the video because obviously it's all right writing these programs, but I want to be able to save them. 9 times out of 10, I've been successful with saving and loading from this cassette player anyway. So hopefully tonight I'll be able to write something for the ZX81 and see where we go with it. This drunken mistake, which I can't believe how small this thing is, and the buttons. Then you've got to make sure you push them. They're not very responsive. But anyway, I actually stripped it down today and did the composite mod on it. It didn't come with that. The parts arrived today and I've done it, and it's working absolutely mint. As you can see up on the screen, I've got it in HDMI at the moment with a little gadget that I plug it into. So I thought I'd try and make a game for the ZX81, trying to save as much memory as I can, although I do have the 16K memory pack plugged in the back of it. But I'm going to try and make just a basic. It's going to be basic tonight. There's no machine code, just basic. I want to get to grips and learn a bit more about this machine. And I like the challenge of trying to squeeze something into so little memory. The games I've made so far on the emulator have mainly been games for 1K. Of memory. So tonight I've got the 16K in there, so I might be able to get a little bit more from it. Well, a lot more, I should hope. The program I am typing out tonight, I'm actually copying it from my other laptop, it's booted up on the screen, because it's a program I wrote, but obviously I can't get it onto the ZX81 because I can't get ZX Play to work on it. It will not load from ZX Play for some reason, because I would have put it onto itch and then loaded it on that way. But so unfortunately I'm going to have to type it out. And this was programmed in 1K in memory, so now I can do a little bit more adjustment to it. And what was really annoying when I was using the emulator, the amount of times it would just run out of memory, and I was thinking to myself, my God, how did they allow such a limited amount of memory to be released back in the 80s? You can't do bugger all with it. But like I say, I do like the challenge of trying to squeeze something that's going to work into so little memory. Anyway, this game I'm making tonight is near enough based on the game that I made for the ZX Spectrum in 10 lines of code, and that game was called Find the Beer. So I'm going to try and make something similar. Now, what I've noticed as well, it's basic, near enough identical, the commands and everything, to the Spectrum, if I can push the right buttons. But I'm using some of the saving techniques. As you can see, I'm struggling already with the buttons, which I've obviously done a little bit of research and I've read on the internet. So we've got VAL there, which apparently will save me some memory. If I use that for our coordinates for whatever I'm going to print. So sorry, that's going to be T for time, yeah? Everything is in capitals as well. I got the habit, I keep pushing the shift or the cap, because there's no caps lock on it, to get it to caps, forgetting that the ZX81 is in is actually in preset into caps anyway. There is no, from what I can find on it, lowercase anyway. Whoops. This could be quite a slow process on this machine. But yeah, I thought it would be quite interesting to show it on the channel and have a bit of fun with it, away from the norm. And I'm just delighted today that I actually got the composite mod working, parts all bought from eBay, and it literally probably took me about 20 minutes to do it. And I hadn't done any soldering for some years, and had got the old. We actually bought a soldering iron from a car boot sale. Never used it. It came with all the gear and that, and it was absolutely brilliant. Did the job. And I've gone and put in 12 there, and that shouldn't have been 12 because I'm renumbering it from the original listing. That should have been 60. So I'm going to get rid of 12. We don't need that. Oh yeah, we've got some people in now. I'm yapping away to myself. I hope you can hear me. There is no sound, obviously, being a ZX81. So, like I said, for those of you who may have just joined and didn't hear, I'm bringing something new to the channel. Okay, another Sinclair machine. A drunken mistake cost me a ZX81. And I am chuffed to bits of it. You know, I love the thing. I think it's brilliant. I never had one as a kid. We had the Spectrum, and that was it. You know, the 48K Spectrum. Then my father upgraded it to the Plus. I remember a friend having one of these, the ZX81, and back then I probably thought, what a load of crap, you know, I've got the Spectrum, what the hell do I want with this thing? But now I'm in my 50s, it's like I want one now. 100, and there's some new commands in this which obviously you don't have them on the Spectrum, like fast, slow. Yes, it was a nerdy synth dude. Yes, too many beers, and eBay fell into my palm on my phone, came up, and I started bidding. This one wasn't a bad deal. I mean, look, it came with the original box, which is behind me. There it is, there. And it came with a 16K expansion pack and also a cassette player, which doesn't seem to work on the 81, but it does work on my Spectrum, that the one that was kindly given to me by Franco. But I do have another cassette player which doesn't work on the Spectrum, but just so happens it works on the ZX81. So, but it has been a little bit temperamental with the saving. I did do a couple of test saves before I decided tonight I will come on and do a stream, and all seems to be working okay-ish. So it might be that I type all this out and save it thinking it's saved, in actual fact it hasn't. So any of you guys out there that are familiar with this, if you can see anything I'm doing wrong with regards to the code, if you know, please feel free to comment, guide me to better methods. I'm trying techniques here which I've been researching and reading about on how to save memory. Like you can see, you've got 20 there, let s equal not pi, well that's 0. Yeah, so there's a saving in memory there. And then you've got 40, let c equal sgn pi, that's the number 1. And you can see I've got VAL, and that's also meant to be well, it is not meant to be, it is a saving of memory technique as well. I've been reading a lot of the old magazines from back in the 80s, the Sinclair Users and Sinclair Program magazines, picking up hints and tips on how to get the best out of this. Whoops. And like I say, no sound on it being what it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save this now, and what will happen, the screen will, I'm going to call it bomb, all right, because this game is going to be, we've got to find the bomb before it explodes. It's just something very simple as a bit of a test for tonight's stream. So I'm going to push the record, just make sure that cassette is actually rewound. I'm going to push record and play now on the cassette player. I'm using all original hardware from the 80s, so we've got the cassette recorder going now. I always like to let it go just a little bit just to make sure it will record and then save. So like I say, the screen will go blank. When it's finished, hopefully, yes, it came with the user manual. It came with these two manuals as well. Okay, so came with that one and that one. The whole lot came to £60. Postage was free. And for that 60 quid, I got an untested ZX81. There you go. I don't think that's worked. And do you know why I don't think that has worked? Oh, it has worked. I don't want to risk trying to reload it. This is the problem I've had. I've been pushing new, then loading it back in, and it doesn't load back up. That's happened a few times. I'm just going to carry on writing the program rather than do that, because I don't want to have to type all that out again. If it doesn't work, I'm not that worried. So 130. I know this program already works because, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I've already written the program on an emulator, and it worked using only 1K of memory. When I first got this, it came with the original power pack as well, which is somewhere down here. Came with the original power pack. There it is. And I couldn't get this ZX81 to work. Even on I've got a CRT TV upstairs. It wouldn't even work on that. So I kind of thought, oh, oh, hello, Franco. Hello, Franco. I thought to myself, I've bought a little bit of a dog here. It doesn't work. It came as untested. So I ordered a new power pack. I did a test on the power pack. I thought, I'm not getting any power from this. So I bought a new power pack, and that arrived fine. Anyway, before that arrived, I thought, I'm just going to check the original power pack again. I took the plug top off, and whoever had it before me had wired the live wire into the earth pin, you know, on the actual plug top. You know, they'd wired it into this one. The live was going into the earth. So I did the alteration, and wow, it worked. I plugged it in, and the bloody thing came to life. But I was only getting a black screen on the CRT TV. And I thought, if all the TVs I've got, it should work on this one. In the end, I managed to get it to work on my big JVC LCD screen. It worked, you know, using the conventional cable that comes with the ZX81, and it worked. Picture was crap, obviously, because it hadn't had the composite mod yet. So, whoops, what have I done there? Oh, I did put a line number in, did I? I hadn't done the composite mod. So, that turned up today, and I did it, and as you can see, we're now got a lovely picture. Just run that, see what we've got. There we go. So the idea of this game is, in one of those boxes is a bomb. We've got to find the bomb before it explodes. T is our time, SC is our score. It's just a simple little game. Getting a lot of interference. It's probably from the power source. Just make sure that that's not. Our little number 10, it's gone a little bit stranger. Oh, there we go. I don't know why that started happening. Let me just unplug it a bit. We have saved it, so hopefully I won't mess it up. I don't know why it started to do that. Let's just run it again. Don't know why it's doing that. That's the first time it's done that tonight. Bit of interference, perhaps. Let's just unplug the cassette player. No. Oh well. Might be a bit of interference coming from somewhere. I had this earlier, and it was because there was too much power sources interfering with it. It's only just started doing that, hasn't it? Never mind. We'll just carry on. I'm not going to worry too much. I don't want to lose the stream. And every time I push the button now, we're getting a blue screen. since I've pushed run for some reason. Oh, is it? Oh, I know why it's doing that. I know why it's doing that. Because it's in fast mode. This is another enter. Right. There we go. We've still got the problem with that there. I don't know why that's happening. 150. That's another thing I've had to get used to on this, is you've got a fast and slow mode. So, like I said, there are some new basic commands which I'm having to get used to. Oh, hi Frank. I don't know whether you heard at the beginning of the chat, but this was a drunken mistake. Well, not a mistake. I had a few too many drinks when I was away on holiday and started looking at eBay and started bidding on a ZX81, and here it is. I won it. I won the bid. It didn't. It was advertised as untested, so it was a bit of a gamble. But luckily, it all seems to be working after a few modifications and playing around with it. As you can see, there still looks like there might still be a little bit of an issue there, because our number 10 ran. The 10 line has gone all funny on me for some reason. It's only just done that tonight on this stream. So I don't know why it's done that. But I'm not going to stop the stream just because of that. So I'm just going to let it, hopefully it'll bugger off. The joys of old original hardware. Slow. So let's go slow there. Yes, I seem to be buying a lot of eBay as well, Franco, when I'm drunk, or had too many to drink, I should say. I wasn't actually drunk when I bought this. Well, I don't think I was. I just got a little bit merry, and before you knew it, I was in a bit of a bidding war, and I don't like losing, so I kept on bidding. Right, I'm going to get to the next line, line 200. Let X and then I'm going to save again. Maybe saving it might sort that random problem out we've got there with that. I'm saying random problem, I mean line 10 with the randomize, which I on the 81 they just used the RAND. They don't have the whole word like the Spectrum does. And then something I've got to try and work out as well is how I can get my programs, if I want to share them on itch, how can I get them on there? Because obviously this hasn't got an SD card on it or anything like that. I'm saving it to a cassette player. I have actually downloaded onto my laptop, I can't remember what the name of it is now, some sort of audio package. I'm hoping I can maybe plug the cables into that and record, you know, the data that way, and then perhaps convert it into a P file that way. I don't know. I'm still looking into how I can get around it. You know, I'm not going to go out and spend any more money on this because I've got lots of projects on the Spectrum. I'd rather spend my money on that. But I thought this would be fun as well to feature it on the channel from time to time. Let's just boot the ZX81 up and have a little bit of a play. I did try to load some games on it earlier, but like I said, I can't get ZX Play to work on it. It just will not load. Have I missed yeah, okay. So let's save it again. As I say, I don't know why it's doing that at the top of the line there. I think it might be some interference. I'm going to call it Bang 2. So just to prove that I am using a cassette to save this, it's not an emulator. I'm not going to rewind it. I'm just going to save it from where I left off. So the screen will go black. This is normal. I thought it wasn't working at first, and I watched a YouTube channel. I can't remember the name of the guy. It might have been Vitalite actually. I can't remember, but he was showing how to save and load programs on a ZX81, and apparently this is normal. You lose signal to the TV, which on a modern TV, because we can't get the loading. It looks like it's worked. We can't get the loading bars like you would on the Spectrum. Okay. Which is really annoying when it's loading as well, because you can be sat there thinking, is this working or not? I can't, you know. Because this particular cassette player I'm using, it doesn't play the audio, so you can't hear it. If it worked on the one that came with it, then I would be able to hear it trying to load. So let y equal y. This is all pretty simple, basic that I'm doing, nothing complicated. Just making a game, a bit like the game that I made, which was called Find the Beer, but we are going to be finding the unexploded bomb, and we've got to find it before it explodes. So I'm just putting in the controls for the game, the old in keys. I have got the 16K RAM pack plugged into this. I haven't had any issues with that. Apparently there was the wobble issue. I haven't had any issues with that yet. Don't speak too soon. Although it did come with quite a decent one. You know, it did come with that, which I think is pretty cool, because it actually, the base of this actually sits on the table. which stops it wobbling, and it came with some sticky stuff to stick on the back, but that came with it. So I've got that plugged in tonight because I didn't want to be limited to 1K, although this was programmed in 1K, so it will work with the 1K of memory. That's why I'm using all of these techniques to try and save memory, because it was programmed in 1K. It seems to be what's wrong there? Something's wrong there. What's happened there? So, oh, forgot the there we go. 220. 220. So now I'm going to go 220. What's nice about this is because it is near enough the same basic as we use on the Spectrum, so I was able to, you know, get to grips with it pretty quick and come up with something with what I've learned already. I've learned about the fast and slow commands that are on this, and what I like as well is on the 81, there aren't any user-defined graphics on the standard um, 81. Like, you know, what I mean is you can't make your own graphics. You can, I think, if you get is it the ZX Pan? I don't know. I'm talking unknown here, but because there are games out there that have got graphics. But what I mean is this. I'm using the graphics which are available on the keyboard, because you can't make your own. So there we go. 220, 230. Not long left now. 230. Where are we? I've lost where I am. 95 on there. Okay. Which one am I on? Oh, there we go. I think I've missed something on that one, actually. Looking at my list here. There's more to add on this line. I thought it didn't make sense. And this VAL, I should have put some notes in front of me before I started the stream, and I could tell you exactly what these commands do. This VAL, I can't bloody remember. I mean, I'm sure one of the more advanced programmers in the chat room can tell us what these commands mean. If you could, that would be great. Jog the memory to what it means, the VAL. I've been working with it the last couple of weeks. I can't remember what it did. Once you start using it, you think, yeah, whatever, just use it. But there is a reason why I'm using it, and it's to do with the amount of bytes each number uses. So using the VAL will just reduce the amount of memory, the amount of bytes we're using. But obviously there's a more technical reason how it works, which I'm sure, like I said, hopefully someone in the chat might be able to abbreviate a bit more and what it actually does. Who knows? Maybe after the USB 50 project is finished, maybe I'll announce that I shall be doing a USB 50 1K games only for the ZX81. 50 games for the ZX81 in only 1K using BASIC. Christ, that would be some task, wouldn't it? I don't. Right, I'm looking for the square root sign. That's why I paused. Oh, there it is. These little bits I'm putting in now is stuff that I read on the internet to save us more memory when it comes to putting a number in. Whether it makes any bloody difference, I can't remember. I can't remember what line number that's going to. Might have to change it actually because I'm renumbering this. If L equals 1 and then go to, I need to figure out what line number that was. I might as well just put the line number in because that's not going to work because I'm not using the numbers that I've got written down here. If L equals Y and X here, then peak. Right, so that needs to be changed. That needs to go to, I'm going to delete that. I'm just going to put 400 there for a minute. I'm going to have to come back to that line because that's when we found the bomb. And of course that information that I was at the time typing in will no longer be correct because I'm actually not following the numbers that I originally wrote for this game. Because I thought I'd tidy it up a bit. And if I want to add more into it, I was giving myself a bit more space as well. Now that I've got the memory pack, the 16K memory pack in the back of it, I can perhaps expand on this now and make it a little bit better than what it originally was. Right, okay. So where are we? 240, we've got that in there. That's next F. Let's just run it a minute. Right, so there's our little man. So obviously I haven't finished putting the program in, but the idea is the game is we've got to find the bomb. There, we found it. There it is. 0230. That should have gone to line 400, which it has. So it's working. So I found the bomb. Was the timer working? Yes, the timer's working as well. Cool. We're getting somewhere. I just love how simple it is as well, you know. It's just no fancy graphics. It is what it is. My son said to me today, it's because I refurbed this one today. I put some new belts in it because this came with the ZX81, but it works perfectly on the Spectrum that Franco donated to me. And I downloaded, I bought that one, Gauntlet 2, and I couldn't get it to work on the cassette recorder that I'm using today for the ZX81 on this live stream. But with this new cassette recorder plugged into the Spectrum, it worked. So I was able to play Gauntlet 2. I put some new belts in that today and broke the fast forward button as I was repairing it. So then I had to repair the fast forward button. Oh, for fuck's sake. Excuse the language. So when I was taking the ZX81 apart to do the composite mod, because I've done that today as well, I'm thinking, just take your time. Don't go breaking anything. What a pain in the ass trying to get the ribbon connector out for the keyboard. Managed to get it out, but trying to get it back in. Anyway, obviously managed to do it. The keyboard ribbon and everything is fine on it though. It doesn't need replacing. What line am I on? 4F. 4F equal not pi. I'm going to have a read of the... Have you noticed that flickering stopped now? The top line's no longer flickering. I don't know what that was all about. 9 people watching. Very busy chat room. Good to see. Like I said, I didn't advertise I was going on tonight because I wasn't too sure whether this was going to work. I've been doing a bit of, you know, practicing beforehand, and thought, you know what, let's just do a live stream on it. If it doesn't, let's just get the game working. Don't worry about if it fails to save. Because I'm probably not going to do anything with it after the stream anyway, because I can't get it onto itch because I haven't got the means of doing that yet. All I can do is share the code, and then if you've got a ZX81, you can type it out. Now the reason why I put the fast command in now was because when the block boxes were being randomly printed on the screen, you see 110, 120 there. When they're randomly pushing them onto the screen, if you were clever, you could watch and you could figure out, because the last box is the one where the bomb is. So I thought, rather than you being able to see the last box being printed up and then you know straight away where it is, I decided to put fast in there because it will turn the screen black while it's doing it, and when it comes back on, everything will be displayed for you and you haven't got a clue which box was last. Whoops. Save. Come on, save. There we go. No, save. I want fast. Where are you? Slow. Come on, get it together. Slow. There we go. What's it doing? Slow. Brilliant. Here we are. I think this bit actually is. I think this bit's for when we actually explode. I made the screen flash. This is the bit for the screen flashing. So I made it, because we've only got black and white on this, as you know, being a ZX81, there's only black and white. So I used fast and slow to create a bit of a flashy black screen to represent an explosion. And then 300. In fact, I think might have near enough finished it. We're coming up to the end, couple of end lines now. 310, print, bang. Okay, because the bomb's gone off. List. On the original list, that was line 140, but like I said, I'm renumbering it all. 320, and then I've just put stop. Originally, the game restarted, but it was crashing, ran out of memory, because I was only using 1K when I wrote this. We can change that later, because I've now got the 16K in there. So as you can see, we haven't had any memory problems come up. We haven't had error 4 come up to say we've run out of memory. So I will get rid of that stop eventually and expand on the game. Plus, I didn't put print. You see where I've put print bang? I wanted it in the middle of the screen. But just by putting print at 10, 10 in, it ate all the memory. It ate the memory up. So I had to get rid of it. But I do like, in fact, maybe I should have left the 16K out tonight and set myself a challenge to make a game in the 1K that's given to you, because I do like the challenge of trying to squeeze something in there, and it really does help with the practicing of trying to optimize your basic programming. I'm keen as well to dive into the learnings of machine code on this. I think I could have some fun with it. I was reading that you can put the machine code language in a REM statement at the beginning of the program at line 1. Haven't got round to trying it yet. Tried to do it on the emulator, but it didn't work. I couldn't get it to work on the emulator, so maybe I can get it to work on the original hardware. I really wanted to play Monster Maze, is it, tonight? But I say I can't get it to load from the ZX player. I don't know whether I'm doing something wrong, or if it's just this particular ZX81. Maybe there's an internal problem there still. We've nearly finished typing this in, and I will save it again. I'm not rewinding the tape. I'm just going to save it as it's been left. So 350, that's the score. That tells us, yeah. So every time we collect a bomb, the screen resets, and you've got to see how many bombs you can collect, and the time decreases after each time you found one. So you've got less time to find the bomb in the next round, if you like. Right, last line, pause 4E4. I've actually put, whoops, little tiny buttons. Yeah, I think I was saying earlier, my son could not believe that we had to sit there whilst the game loaded in. Because I was loading in Gauntlet. It takes about a good 4 to 5 minutes to load that one in. And he's like, Dad, what's that horrible noise? You know, he's on about the, you know, the loading sounds of the Spectrum. I said, it's loading my game in. He said, what do you mean it's loading the game in? I said, yeah, this is how it used to be when I was a kid. We used to have to sit there and watch it load in. We get a nice loading screen to look at. I said, life back then was more relaxed. There was no rush. Go to line 10. I don't think that's going to be line 10 now either. Yeah, he could not get his head around it. That needs to go to SGN Pi. So let's just enter that. If I go to the top, SGN Pi, so it needs to go to line 40. And I also need to change that 400 line. Let's do this one first. So it needs to go to line 40 to reset the game. I noticed as well, when I plugged the 16K memo pack into this, it's called a memo pack, there's a delay, a slight delay when you enter something. You'll see in a minute. So if I push enter, screen goes blank and then it's up. With that unplugged, it's quicker. So don't know why it does that. I suppose it's reading into the memory pack on the back. I don't know. Anyway, line 230. Go to, that is when you find the bomb. So that needs to go to 340. Bomb found. 330, sorry. 330. So let's go back up there. What did I say it was? 330. I don't know whether it helps putting VAL in for the Go subs and the Go subs and the Go tos as well. Well, I'm going to put it in. I can't see why it would make any. Oh, hang on. No, you're going bomb found 330. Right, okay. Game is now done. I'm going to save it before I go any further. Do more saving with this than I do on the Spectrum. This is called Bang 3. Record and play. Enter. Wait for that to load. Save, sorry. Just looking through the chat room tonight. Thank you for joining us. 12 people watching at the moment. Very busy chat room. Lots of speech. Lots of talking and yapping going on. I'm struggling talking tonight. So it's just a matter now of waiting for that screen to turn back to a white screen like that. So it's worked. So it's saving fine. Now let's run the game. So there we go. I've got to find the box that's got the bomb in. And I got 60 seconds to do it. Yeah, found it. You see how the screen disappears there? Now on the emulator that just goes black. And because I'm using fast, and apparently it's to do with the TV, the monitor, whatever you want to call it, that I'm using. That's why it's doing it. And the ZX81, it struggles, well, not the ZX81 itself, the TV itself struggles to know what's going on, apparently. So Google told me. So it looks like that last box should have the bomb in it. Screen will now go, there we go, bomb found. Yeah, that's right. So you don't see the last one print up. Let's let it explode. Well, let's keep going actually and see if I can find the bomb. There, bomb found. There we go. Every time we find the bomb, you get 5 points, but 5 seconds also gets knocked off the time. So the time reduces. So 5 points for finding the bomb, but it's -5 off the time every time you find the bomb. I wish it wouldn't lose the signal, but that's the fast command apparently. Then, of course, there's no paper black or anything on this, no ink or nothing. I suppose I could have maybe just used clear screen. Would have probably been a better option to stop that. I want to see what happens though when it explodes. So let's just sit around here. Let's just move around. Let's let it get down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bang. There we go. That's all right, isn't it? Bit of screen wobble there as it explode. And then it stopped at 9:320. So we go list 320. There we go, it's stopped. And as you can see, it's done that. Made the screen go all strange again. Weird why it's doing that. And as you witnessed earlier, it went again. I think it's to do with this signal. In fact, what I might do is get rid of that. Let's get rid of it. Where's it doing? It's at the top of the program, wasn't it? Where I've put fast. Where is it? There, line 100. I don't really want to put clear screen there. So how can I... If I get rid of it, you'll see what I mean. If we get 170, get rid of that one. Now if I run it, now the flickering stopped. Look, now if I run it, you see you can see them printing up. So if you keep your eye on it, you'll see where the last one prints up. I wasn't watching it at the time. I was too busy looking at the chat room. See if we can find the bomb. But on the emulator, obviously, you end up with a nice black flashy screen, and then this prints up. For some reason, you lose signal. Unless somebody knows in the chat room how I can make the screen go completely black and then reappear without having to print everything up again. There we go. Lots of glitching going on and stuff. I've actually written a little scramble game for this, which I haven't finished. And I actually wrote it in before the stream, saved it, thought it had saved, went to reload it. I thought I'll feature this on the stream tonight, and it wouldn't load back in. You bastard. After all that typing in, it just will not load back in. Yet you've seen this one has, so it could be to do with the cassette tape actually, because originally I was using this one and I had problems with this one. Wouldn't save very well on it. But this cassette, I don't know the history of it, so the one where I've got the sticky label on it seems to work fine. Yeah. And this one works fine on the Spectrum because I've saved some stuff, you know, on the other cassette player with that one. And I can't get ZX Play to work off the phone with the cable plugged into it for some reason. So maybe someone can shed some light on that, why that ain't working. To make the TV turn it off. The flashing is the pause function. Yeah. So there's some interesting comments being posted in the chat room. What I'm going to do, I need to go and get a drink. All this talking's drying the old tongue out a bit. So I'll go and get a drink and I'll be back in a second. Cheers. Okay, we've got myself a beer. Anyone interested in the composite mod for the ZX81? This is the little kit that I used. You can see that on there if I can get that up on that. So that's the one I used. So you get this little circuit board that you put inside the where is it? I can't remember what they call it now. Oh, the RF unit. Yeah. So there it is there. That's your RF unit. You have to cut 2 wires, desolder the resistor, and then basically you put that bad boy in there. That's all it was. Easy. There are several different kits available on the internet. That's the one I decided to go for because it looked like the easiest one to do, because you don't have to remove the RF box light, you know. You don't have to remove the RF unit, desolder it. You just take the top off it, cut 2 wires, desolder the little resistor there, and yeah, that's it. Easy. So the hardest bit was probably being careful that I didn't break the ribbon cable. Anyway, I'm going to type in another little program now that I've written for this. I'm not going to do any more with this. I can't see the point. So I'm going to save it again. I don't know. Did I already save it? I'm going to save it again anyway, because this version hasn't got the screen turning off, has it? So let's save that again, record it, play and enter. All right, in this little game that I started making. This was in 1K as well. So I can't do nothing until it's loaded up anyway. There we go, it's done. Turn that down. Okay. Right. I don't want to wear them. Turn that music right down. Let it just play out. Is it still playing? I can hear it now. Is it finished? Let that play out. Right, okay, the next little game that I wrote was I was trying to do like a little bit of a scramble game where you're just shooting spaceships coming towards you. I did this in 1K of memory, so I am going to unplug the power. I'm going to take the 16K mem pack out and I'm going to do it in 1K, see if I can squeeze it in. Because this was written in 1K. So I've now unplugged it, yeah? That's now unplugged. So we're now just going to use 1K, which comes with this. Absolute tight blasted Sinclairware at the time. Giving you only 1K. What were they thinking? You can't do bugger all in 1K. Anyway, so this little game is just called Scramble. It's not the best, but it works. And you will notice as I start to type it in, we are going to get the little 4 error note come up telling me that I'm running out of memory, yeah? And it will be difficult for me to list the program as I'm typing it out, because I'm pushing it right to squeezing every bit of memory I can out of it. But I did get it to work, and maybe you can help in the chat room give me some ideas of how I can optimize the code just a little bit more. I have been learning about using the code command a lot more with my programming techniques as well now, and that, using this ZX81 has actually helped with that. So there's been quite a lot of pros with me actually buying this, because it is helping with me learning how to optimize BASIC, you know, to get the best out of it. So as far as I'm concerned, it wasn't a bad little buy. Strings, str string, where are you? I know where you are on the spectrum. There you are there. Pi, yeah, not all of the commands are on the same keys as what the spectrum is either. They decided to move them around a bit. And wasn't it a shame on the spectrum that they didn't give you those graphic blocks, for instance, these here? Whoops, not that one. These here, look. I think that they should have put that on the spectrum as well, personally. But there you go. So let K equal B, and 60. Let Y equal B, plus E plus E. So E is 1, SGN pi is 1, okay, and A not pi is 0. I can't remember what LN, LEN, STR string pi is. I can't remember what that was now. Again, it was all research I'd done for saving. There was a very interesting document I found with all of these saving memory options in it. 90, let u equal y. Oh, it's because I didn't let go of the shift key. D, where am I? Oh, E bit CB DB, and this is U equals Y. So I've got a lot of variables going on here. Lot of variables. So 45, we're going let A equal A plus E. Oh no, I've put it in the wrong place because I'm renumbering it again, different to how I typed it out. So let's 45. That's where it should have been. So that line 100 is actually wrong. That line 100 is wrong. What it is, I'm copying it off the emulator, and because it's showing out of memory, it won't print the whole program up. It's a pain in the ass. Right, let's pull that one down and let's do what it should be. Or A is more than 2, and I'm using E plus E. That's it. 110. If A equals E, then let B equal B minus E. 120. I must say the keyboard works well on this one anyway. I was expecting when it said it was untested for it to turn up in a right mess. But what's nice about it as well, the ZX81 logo on it is completely red. None of the red's missing, which is good. And like I say, it came with the original box. So I hope maybe with me doing the composite mod on it, I may have added a little bit of value to it as well now. I mean, that cost me £9 for the part. There's a no-brainer in it, just to get it going on this, you know, on a modern TV. A equals E plus E. Then let C equal C minus E. Now I've got three spaceships in this, which we've got to shoot. That's what I'm doing the programming in for now. So this here is for the spaceships. If A is more than E plus E, so it's flicking it. I keep forgetting to take my finger off the shift key. So if it's more than 2, because E is 1, then let D equal D minus E. Okay, so D equals the same as B. So I can't remember what that abbreviation code means, as in number wise. It might be 15 or something like that. I can't remember now, so don't quote me on that. 130, that was right. And then we've got, so we should have our 3 spaceships are 110 to 130. And then we've got 140 print at value 15. And we're going to go B. So I'm now printing up the spaceship, and I'm using those as the spaceships, yeah? Just the open bracket or closed bracket, whichever way you want to call it. Sorry, I'm not reading the chat. I'm trying to. I don't think you're talking to me anyway, are you? 15, so it'd be 13. I am unaware if the VAL command is actually on the Spectrum. Let's have a look. Let's look at the keyboard there. I don't think it is. I don't recall seeing it. Yes, it is. It is there. So, of course it's there. I've used it before. So, right. So this is 13. So this is our next baddie. Now, when I originally wrote this, I wanted them to randomly go all over the screen, but unfortunately it was a memory soaker. They wouldn't let me do it. Couldn't work out how to do it. So I've just got them moving in a straight line. So don't expect this to be brilliant, because I was limited with the 1K of memory available to me. Like I say, I've removed the 16K pack from the back, so we are now just using 1K of memory. Space. There we go. I'm going to save it now. I'm going to put save. Where's save gone? I've lost save. There it is. I'm only saving it because it keeps flickering on and off, and I'm like, oh shit, is it not going to die on me, is it? I'm going to call it Scram. Scam? Oh, stop it. There we go. So, record and play. Enter. Right, okay. Right. I forgot to stop the tape deck. It's still recording and I've finished. Okay, so we've got our 3 nasties up on there. The 3 spaceships which we've got to destroy. And we're now on 150. If B equals A or C equals E, so this is basically if a nasty spaceship reaches the same area that we're in, it's game over. So if it hits line 1, basically, don't know why it's glitching like that tonight. Keeps going off and on, doesn't it? I'm not liking that. That's why is it doing that for? So okay, let's list 80. It's telling me to go to 240. that line I will have to come back to. That will have to be changed because I'm renumbering everything. 160. Now in this I had the spaceship, our spaceship, the one that you're controlling, it moves on its own. So it goes up and down the screen like that. And you just push a key, any key on the keyboard to make it fire. That's all you got to do. It's just a one key press game. And I did that for the reason just to try and make it a little bit more challenging, rather than you being able to move to where the enemy spaceship was. You have to program, you know, time it right to shoot. These numbers are actually wrong now, but obviously I don't know where I'm going to send it yet, so I've got to come back to those two lines because I'm renumbering everything. So originally that was line 86. So I'm copying this from my laptop. It's a program that I wrote when I was on holiday, messing around with the ZX81 emulator whilst drinking a few beers, and then literally fell onto eBay and started bidding on a ZX81, and here it is. And then in the next morning when I woke up, I thought, checked my phone and it said you've won. I thought, won what? And then it came back, oh shit. Whoops, I must have had a few too many. A few too many that I'd actually forgotten that I'd done it. So yeah. But there again, I thought, well, it might be a nice little feature for the channel, you know, get it on the YouTube channel. So this part of the program here is where we're telling the spaceship, which we're in control of by firing, this will move it up and down the screen in a specific area. I've squeezed it all into the left-hand corner of the screen as well, basically as a memory saver again, because if you keep it smaller, then obviously the memory's going to be a little bit tighter, rather than having the spaceship running from line 31 all the way to 1, if you know what I mean. I've cut the size down to try and save some memory. I have no idea why it's blinking on and off like this. I hope we get through the stream and we don't lose it all. Maybe it's already starting to run out of memory, and that's why it's doing that. It could be, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have unplugged the 16K RAM back. But it could be why. It could be the memory that's causing it, as program's getting bigger. Possible. That could be the reason. It's funny how it started doing it since I've unplugged the 16K RAM. So I think probably what I'll do is, once I've done it all, got it in, programmed all in, I'll save it, and then, because we ain't got many lines left now. List 41, what's 41? So it needs to go back to line 90. Go to, where are you? Go to val 40. Yeah, that's right. Right, so we're at line 200. So going at 40. Okay, so I need to write these lines in now. 210. This is us firing the weapon. This is the missile launch. This is where the memory will probably start coming up with the error 4 now. I think from memory it actually started to play up once I started writing these bits in. But I'm trying to optimize it as much as I can with the knowledge that I know. Obviously, I don't know everything. There's probably there might be a few of you in the chat looking at the code and thinking, "What? Why is he doing it that way? You could have done it this way and saved so many bytes, or could have been quicker doing it that way, or whatever." Well, let me know. So 2 spaces. So far, so good. We haven't had a problem with memory so far, which is interesting because on the emulator, I'm pretty sure it started giving me problems. So it's great to be able to write my own programs now that I've written for this machine actually on the original hardware. Just get a better experience, I think. I'm getting quite quick around the O keyboard now as well. 220, yeah, 15, okay. And, okay, where are we? 230. What I could actually do is pull that one down. Because this is when this is just, whoops. I did use the peak. There's a peak routine you can put in for collision. Where's it gone? Ah, shit. What have I done? Whoops, I've made a balls up there. Um, 210. Oh dear, I made a mistake. Have I made a mistake? What have I done? I'm lost in my own program. Where am I? What have I done? It's not making sense. Hang on a second. I've made a mistake here. I think I've deleted something, haven't I? 40. So go to 40. 210 should be 4 F equal E plus E, which is our 2 again, because E is 1, to K. Okay, right. What I've done is I've forgotten to put the missile in. Let's pull that one down, because that needs to be 230 and 220 should have been print at Y comma F, because that's part of our loop. This is just moving the missile that we're going to be firing. Space. So I'm just using the minus sign for the missile. at, and now so it doesn't leave a missile behind once it reaches its destination. That's what the K's for. At the beginning of the program, I've probably given K a variable number. Hopefully. And that should have been 2. I think I've already typed this bit in. I think I might have deleted it. 220. Yeah, so that's that line there. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now we can continue where I should have been. 15. 240. Yeah, it's starting to get full. I know this game worked. It worked on an emulator. Will it work? Yeah, the screen's flickering. Just haven't got enough power, Captain. There ain't many lines left. There's only about 5 more lines left to print in. Oh shit. I've really got to keep my finger off that bloody symbol shift. That symbol, it's not symbol shift, is it, on this? It's just shift. I've got to keep my bloody finger off it. Let's pull that one down. Rather than typing it all out. See, it won't let me pull it down now, look. It won't let me, so if I put list, there you go. We're out of memory. 4. Okay, so it won't let me pull anything down, but it... So 240, come on, just give me a little bit more, come on, we can do this. We're out of memory, but we're squeezing it now. Getting what we can out of the bad boy. F equals C. Clive would only give us 1K. So let's... I can't believe they put a computer on the market with only 1K of bloody RAM. Oh God, it's getting sluggish. All right, we're nearly there. We're nearly there anyway. We've only got, well, literally 3 more lines, I think. We've got 1 more collision to put in. This is the collision points. I did try when I originally wrote this, like I said earlier in the stream, there is a peak routine you can put in to detect collision. Because this hasn't got screen strings, it hasn't got ATTR. So we haven't got any of that to use. But when I put the peak in, oh my God, it just soaked up the memory. It just crashed straight away because I'd put too many lines in, and this was the only way I could get around it, which I was quite surprised with, because I thought, oh great, I'll just use the peak, and no, it wouldn't let me do it, which is a shame because it would have been good to have shown it what I'm talking about. But I don't think I've done there might be another program that I wrote with it in. It was actually on the channel. It was the little platform game thing I wrote. That was in 1K. That was it was in 1K until I put the nasty in there. I think Franco managed to get it working. I know someone else on Itch was saying they couldn't get it to work because I'd saved it as a P file, but he couldn't get it to work. So don't know what was going on there. I managed to get it work on 2 emulators my end. Right, the last line, 280. Print. I'm just going to put dead because that means we're dead. It's flickering like a bad boy now. So 280. I need to go back up and address those. So line 160, look, that needs to go to 210. 210. List 160. Is it going to let me call it down? Yes. So it needs to be 210. And when we die, that where's the code for that? I think it was further up the screen. That line there. And what was it? The last line? I can't remember. List 200. It won't even let me list it. 280. So list 150. 150 needs to be 280. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to save it before I do anything else because I don't want to lose all of this after typing it in. Scram. Record and play on the cassette player. And enter. So you had to convert it to text file and then convert it back to a P file. I can't understand why it would not work. I need to think of a method, Franco, of how I can, you know, I'm saving these programs onto tape. How can I get these onto a onto itch, you know, for people to play around with? Right, if I go run, let's see if it works. So there we go. There is a problem there. Oh, there's lots of problems there. Something's not working. So we have a problem. Let's see if I can figure out what's going on. Let's go back to the original. Maybe I should have written it out as I did on here. Let's just make sure I've typed it out correctly. Because it's not meant to be doing what it was doing. A equal A. Then let's C equal that's D. Yeah, that's all right. It could be that I've missed a line, perhaps, or it could be a memory issue. I'm putting my money on maybe a memory issue. So I'm just checking everything as it should be. The program looks okay so far. I'm just looking at the original listing and it's beginning to wish now I'd left the RAM pack in, because I reckon that 16K would have probably wouldn't have had any problems. Right, so we've got that one there. X, Y, yeah, that's all okay. I think it could be a memory issue, you know. Unless I've sent something to the wrong direction. With those go subs and go tos, maybe I've sent it to the wrong place. It's a bloody nightmare not being able to see all the listing because it's the memory's gone on it. Yeah, we've got my next. Have I got the return in there? Did I put the return in? I'm pretty sure I did, yeah. Dead, so why is it not working? Let's have another look, see what's going on. Something's not right. It shouldn't be. They should be moving forward, and they're not. There must be something got programmed here wrong. And the spaceship isn't moving either. What have I done wrong then? Oh, hang on. I put list 40, didn't I? I think it should have been 90. 41. 41. 41. Ah. Yes, I think I might know what the problem is. Should have been 90. List. It's the go-to. I've put 40. It should have been 90. Gotta find it now. Where is it? I've got a go-to wrong. I just got to find it. It doesn't help because the whole fucking screen won't print up. There it is. That there should be 90, not 40. Now it should work. Yeah, there we go. So that's it. That's my little scramble game. And you just got to stop them from getting to the other side of the screen. How exciting, eh? And it's any key. Press any key to fire, obviously apart from the space bar. If you hit one like that, they then restart and go back to the beginning again. Dead. He got to the end. That's it. And that's my little game. Now, I wanted to have a score and everything in there and you know, a scrolling ground and everything. But as you can see, the memory would not allow it. There you go. Little 1K game. Shoot the spaceships. And just stop them from getting to the other side. I wanted the missile to end as soon as it hit one. I couldn't even do that because of memory issues. So I had to just settle for what you're seeing on the screen. Believe me, I tried everything that you're probably thinking of. Why didn't you put a score in? Why didn't you make the nasties fire back? Because I've only got 1K of memory. That's why. And you could see I was having issues already. I can't even list the program correctly. If I list it, you'll see error 4, which means out of memory. So there you go. It won't list the whole listing, unfortunately. Let's save it. And we'll call it Scram or Crap, maybe. I can't. It's 2, I think. I can't remember what number we had, but we'll go for that. We'll push record and play. Enter. These are chickens trying to cross the road, and you are a joke-hating person stopping them from completing the punchline. Oh, you are a joke-hating person stopping them from completing the punchline. There we are. So, what else have I been doing on this? Well, you saw the little platform game. I'm not going to type that in. I would have liked to have loaded it on here for you, but I tried to through ZX Play. You can hear it doing all the loading sounds, but it just will not load into the ZX81. So that's something else that I've got to look into. So what I did do was yesterday I tried to improve the scramble game. Yeah. But to do that, I have to put the 16K in there. So let's unplug the power. This is saved, yeah. Goodbye. I'm going to plug this one back in. Just to show you that I have got a ZX81 here. Sorry you're looking at a blue screen at the moment. There she is. There it is. As you can see, it's in nice condition. So, just to prove that I am working on original hardware and not an emulator. I've got to remember where the bloody cables go now. Oh shit, yeah, the red one's my mic. And the black one is my ear. And that red one is the power. Okay, so we should come back on. We should have, in a minute, why isn't it coming back on? There we go. There we are. So now we've got the 16K RAM back in there. Let's see if I can reload. You're going to hear some squealing now. It's called Scram 2. I don't know whether this is going to work. This is new for me now, so I don't know whether this will work. Because this has got no counter on it, this either, so I don't know where to stop the tape. So I'm a bit annoyed really that the other one didn't work, because that's got a counter on it. What sort of price are the ZX pan? Are they expensive? I did Google it to see if the Div MMC would work on it, but no chance. It said no, unfortunately not. It's designed for the Spectrum only. Don't think I'm going to have much luck here with loading this back in. mic. Might have to type the whole bloody thing out again. I have plugged that into the right one, am I? Yeah, let's leave it. I don't think I'm going to get this to load back in. I might have to just type it out again. So it's a bit hit and miss with this tape recorder. I notice as soon as my programs get a little bit longer, it struggles to load them back in. So I really need to find a better method of saving. That's why I said, how much is the ZX span? I was out of production, as far as you know. Okay, I got one of the last ones about 5 years ago. It just plugs into the back of the ZX. So it's similar to the Div MMC then, I guess. Well, this ain't loading in, is it? Well, if it was, I've just fucking interrupted it. Let's take it right back to the beginning. I'll tell you, I'll take it right back to the beginning of the tape. Let's see if it's actually going to work with anything that I've been working on. So let's unplug this. Let's clear the memory. Load. Let's see if anything will actually work. See, the problem is as well with the modern TV, you don't get to see any of the black and white loading border. So it's hard to know, is it actually doing anything? Yes, that worked, that one. There we go. So that was our first little game. So let's new that, load, and get a SVI-CAS and you can load and save to that. It will do Spectrum, ZX81, ZX80, C64. It's a virtual cassette drive. That looked like it's in 1K still. You think so? It's progress, Alex. Didn't you know? It's progress, Alex. Didn't you know? Well, I do know now. There we go. That one's worked. Okay, it's working. So load. Next one. Oh, let's new it first. So far, so good. Stuff is actually working. Enter, play. $15 people watching. Nice busy chat room. No, I haven't heard of this, so I'm going to write that down. CICV. I've never heard of one of them either. Yeah, that one's worked. So let me just write that down, what's been mentioned in the chat room there. An SIV-CAS. It's like a virtual cassette drive. Okay, I'll have a look at that after the stream. See exactly what that is. What game's this now? Right, that's still our little find the bomb game, isn't it? Let's just run that, make sure it is. Yeah. Cool. Let's stop that. New. Load. So far, so good. Everything seems to have saved successfully. CVI, sorry, CVI, yes. Oh, CVI, I've put CIV. CVI, thank you. Let's discuss it over tea. I got it the wrong way around, sorry. SVI. Brilliant, so far so good. We are looking good. List, oh hang on. Oh, nothing there. Nothing there. No. Okay. Let's try the next one then. That one didn't work. Could be the cassettes. I don't know where these cassettes have come from. Some of them had music already on them and I'm copying over the top of it. Maybe that's could be a problem. So that's a good question there by Dish Droid. Can I plug it into the laptop, into the ear and mic sockets? Unfortunately, mine doesn't have that anyway. Now that one's worked. Cool. So new, load. Type 2 Chrome cassettes are the best for recording computer programs. I'm going to write that down as well. All this information coming from the chat room. Type 2 Chrome. Okay. Cool. Now, is that the one where it was playing up? Yes. So hopefully the next one should be the final one. So what was it? I've missed that. What was type 2? Type 2, and was that Chrome? Yeah, Chrome. Okay, you know who's going to be on eBay tonight after this, don't you? Going to get another hammer in the old credit card. It doesn't work with the Specky. I've tried. Have you tried demagnetizers? Okay. Cool. Brilliant. So there we are. I've managed to load it back up with the 16K RAM pack in now. So if I stop it, we shouldn't be out of memory now. Which we're not. Cool. See, it's displaying everything. Okay, so how can we improve it? How did I want to improve it? I mean, ideally, I would have liked to have moved it into the center of the screen, but I mean, that's going to mean messing around with all these variables. So I might just leave it where it is for now. Just down in the, it's not too bad there, is it? I might just leave it where it, maybe put a little bit of a scrolling at the bottom there. What I can do is, yeah, because I don't want to move everything around. So B equals, I need to, what is that? Let's figure out what that is again. ZX81, saving memory, I think I typed in. Right, ZX81, memory saving. So if you write in ZX81 memory saving, the very first thing that pops up, it's called saving memory on the Sinclair ZX81. And you get like a little PDF document, and it's by Sean A. Irvin from New Zealand. And yeah, it gives you lots of information there on what you can do to save time and memory and what have you. So that's what I threw into this program. So that LEN on line 40 is, just trying to find it, there it is the number 9. So that is 9. Now back in a second. Okay, sorry about that. I thought someone was breaking into the house, but had the window open, could hear rustling. All right, okay. Yes, Franco's saying that the Next has ZX80 and a ZX81 mode, which I have on order, so I won't have to worry about any of this. So yeah. Anyway, what was I doing? Yes, so line 40 is that means 9. That is the number 9. So I might put a little scrolling, something scrolling at the bottom. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the one that I actually. Is it going to be? So I want to move it all. I'm here thinking deep in thought. What am I going to do with this? I'm going to move it all. I don't want it in the left hand corner. I want it further up the screen, or central. You know, a bit more central to the screen, whether it's up the top or what. But what's going on there? I forgot to put the. I'm going to carry on with these little memory savers. Although I probably don't need them as much now that I've got the 16K back in the back of it. But first of all, I want to get some scrolling on the screen. So I'm going to use the graphics now that are available to us. So I'm quite a big fan of these actually. I quite like them. And 1, 2. So I'm just going to try and create a little bit of scenery. Like so. And 1. And that one, that'll do. That should be 18. So I only want it 18 wide. I'm not going to go the full screen. So that's going to be scrolling at the bottom. And again, I'm using a program that I've already written. I'm just adapting it to work in this. So 90. So if I go 95, let a string equal a string oops, trying to get used to the once you get used to the keyboard, it's not too bad actually. Not too bad. Now I've got E there, haven't I? So I could actually change this a bit now. That could actually be E plus E. I've got to remember to take my finger off the shift button. 2, and it will be 18. So we can just close that bracket off and then put a string. That should right. Okay. Now at the moment I'll stick it where I want it to be, so you can see where I would like it to eventually be positioned on the screen. I'll put it at 145. Print at val, and we'll go 10. There's probably already a 10 up there actually, which I've got to probably have used, but no, I can always revisit it and sharpen it up a bit. Value val 5. So this is going to be up the top there somewhere, and then go a string. Okay, so now we should have a scrolling scenery, but it's not going to be on the left hand side. It's going to be on the screen where I want everything to move to. There you go. So I want to move those spaceship and those nasties now into that area just above there. Scroll, scroll, scroll your game, gently cross the screen. Merrily, 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 life is but a dang it got killed again. Very good. Right, let's move it. Right. Now, is it just going to be easier for me just to move the scenery into that left-hand corner, or rather than move everything? Right, I've said I want to move it, so I'm going to move it. So I need to work out where it needs to go. So line 40, 140. Let's get that one. Move that. So at the moment, that's at line 15. The B can stay where it is, I think. So my scenery is at line 10. So let's put this one at 3. 3, not then. And I'm jumping 2 spaces down, aren't I? So we could actually, now we've got the extra memory, eventually I can make, I'll probably change all this anyway so that they will move up and down as well. And what's happened? The B, C, and D will have to change, I think. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. So they're above the scenery. They need to be moved over a bit. Well, quite a bit, actually. So let's stop that. And list, where's list? List. Okay, list, there we go. So it must be that one there. That's 9, isn't it? Remember I said that's 9? Well, because we've now got the 16K, I'm just going to put the number in there. I'm not going to worry too much about trying to save too much memory with that now, because we've got the 16K in. So that B can be, I don't know, 23, 22. I'm still going to use the VAL because we've still only got 16K. Not great, is not a large amount there. So try and keep it as trim as we can. Run. Oh, come on, keep your finger off the shift. Right, and now where are they? So there we go, 23. B, I think B means out of range. So what's happened there? 190, list 190. What's happened there then? Have I got... Now the reason why it's done that is if you look... It looks like I'm using that B. So we've got K, B. I've used it somewhere else as well. List 150. What's the coordinates of our... Let's just run that again. List 190 is the coordinates of our... of our spaceship. So E. So we're looking for E, which what's happened? What's happened? So E is 1. Y equals B plus... So I've changed B to 23. There it is. Y. It's that Y. If I go list 190, I'm using Y. Yeah, so it's Y and E I'm using, so it's that Y that's doing it. So it will be 60. I'm just going to rewrite it. Let Y equal 9, 10, 11. Because you changed that to 23. So trying to think where to put it. Let's just put 11, see what happens. $250. Oh, of course. Let K equal B. I've gone and deleted over B. Arsehole. Let B. just put 23 there. I'm not worried. What's going on? 40. Let B equal 23. I'm not too worried about the VAL at the moment. Let's just see why it's doing that. Okay. So 60. Let Y equal 11. There you go. So I need to bring him up a bit more. Quite a lot more. It's going all pear-shaped. I'm going to have to change. In fact, I might actually give us in keys control now as well. Because all the coordinates are changing. That will be to do with where I've got the so it is line 180 is going to have to be changed if I want it to remain where it's moving on its own and you're not actually got any control of it, you're just shooting. This will have to be changed, so that will have to be 3. I might eventually change it to in keys so you can control it anyway, but we'll see how it goes. Go 9. Hopefully that's sorted that problem out. Yes. It just needs to be too far down. It's space. I reckon that needed to be at 7. There, yeah. It could go down one more actually. Probably 8. Let's move them across and then I can see if it needs to. So we're looking at E. E is 1. So I've got the 16K now. I can just move that across. I'll just put the number in. I'm not too worried now. I've got the extra memory. I've just got to learn how to fucking use the keyboard. Excuse the language. What am I doing? Space. Whoops. Oh, I've got a habit of keeping my finger on the shift button. Change that E to 8. Because we're only moving up and down. We're only you know, the scrolling background should make it look like we're moving forwards. There we go. Of course, when I shoot, I've got to move all that as well now. So yeah, we've got to move that. So that's, if it's 8, I've got it at 8, so that'll have to be 9. Because we've got space behind it. So I don't want the space to delete the... Oh, there it is. Look, right below it. So for F equal... We can get rid of that. And we'll just put 9 in there. There we go. Now I've got the extra memory, I can put a score system in. I can probably make the missile stop now when it hits one of the nasties. I don't have to have it carrying on because I've got more than enough memory to do it now. In fact, they don't seem to be going back when I'm hitting them. No, they're not, are they? It's probably because I know why. Because of the original game, they need to go back to 23. So I need to find that. What's K? Let K equal B. Well, they should have gone back then. Why didn't they go back to the original position? So if F equals 9, 9 to K. So if F equals B, then let B equal K. K equals 23, so why weren't they going back? No, they're not going back, are they? Oh, it's got to do with this line 9. Ah, that's why. Because I've changed all these numbers, haven't I? They're no longer 15. That's 3. Changed all these, so that needs to be 3. Keep your finger off that bloody shift button. That needs to be 5. And that was 7. Now it should work. Everything now should have been moved. Poor attempt. Right. Bang. Go back to 23. Yes. There, got that working. That damn shift button, Alex. Yes, I know. It's gonna. Right, so that needs to be changed. Now that I've got the extra memory as well, I can do it. I might actually put that peak command in now. Oh, they're not stopping either, are they? So they need to stop when they get to the end. I'm not too sure what the end is. List 145. So when they get to 5, so they need to stop when they get to 5. Yeah, they need to stop when they get to 5. So where's that to? Oh, there it is, 150. So change that. Those E's can now be 5. Right. List. Now I want to put some collision detection in for if a spaceship hits. Now we can't use screen strings because we don't have it. We can't use ATTR because we don't have it. So I'm going to use peak. And what I want to do is if the spacecraft that we're in control of hits one of the closed bracket signs, then we ghost up to 280 because that's where the word dead appears. I'm pushing enter here thinking it's scrolling through, but it doesn't do it on this, does it? You have to... Right, so where is my spaceship being controlled to? Where is it? There it is, 190. So I'm just referring back to the program that I wrote, the money grabber game, the platform game that I wrote on the ZX81, just so I can remember what the peak command is. First of all, you have to put 185, and I'm going to put print U. In fact, sorry, let me bring that back to 2. I'm going to put print U, comma 8, an exclamation, and one of those. Can't remember what they call them. And you need to put that first, so that the peak knows what we're looking at. And just need to look at my variables. Don't want to use a letter I've already used, so I'm going to be all right if I use the letter P. Just well, use P because I'm going to use peak, peak. List 182. So if I go 183, let P equal peak, open bracket, and it be 16396 plus 256 times, and we are looking at a peak again, and then it will be 16399 bracket. Okay, so that's the code. Now it'd be interesting to know whether that there, which I don't think it will, would that work on the spectrum? Something I will try, but I don't think it will. Just out of curiosity, like, you know. So if I put 184, if P equals open bracket, oh hang on, whoa, code, there we go, and then we put the open bracket. I'm just going to put stop at the moment just to make sure that it's working. Okay. Now hopefully when I run it, if the spaceship hits, oh, you know what I've done? Something that I do a lot of on the spectrum. I've somewhere haven't put an at. Yeah, that there. I forgot the at. That's a common thing with me. Missing the ats. Right, enter. Okay, there we go. That's sorted. Now let's just let one of those hit us and see if it's worked. It should just stop the program. No, it didn't work. Might have to look in front of it. I think that might be the problem. So let's change that to 9. That's hopefully, now that it's looking in front of it, See you later. Let's discuss it over tea. Thank you for watching tonight. Much appreciated. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. No, it's still not working. What have I done then? Let me have a look. Why isn't it working? Have I got the number right? It's 16398. No, you got the bloody number wrong. That's why. Got the number wrong. 136. That's wrong. Got the wrong number. That should be 8. 16398. 13698 plus 256, and then yeah, got the wrong number. Let's change that back to where's it gone? 8. Put the wrong bloody number. That's probably why it's not working. Change that back to 8. Right, okay, let's try that. Now it's got the right number in. No, I had the peak numbers wrong by one number, Frank. I've just realised. So hopefully now, if it hits one of those, it should respond and just stop the program. No, it's still not hitting it. Still not. I got it right. Oh, you forgot to put the peak in there. Forgot the peak. Come on, pull it together, man. Should be the word peak in there. There. Get there in the end. Get there. Well, we haven't reached the end yet. Is it going to get it now? Yes, there we go. So that's all it was. I got the number wrong, and I forgot to put the second peak in there. Look. Let's pull that down so you can see that. So that is the code. And as you can see at 184, we then put if P equals code, and put in our little speech marks there. So we can change that. I know it's line 280 where it says dead. Now, we don't want to print it, do we? We go to 280. Game over. All right. So there we go. So let's just see if it does it again. Oh, so you can use it on the specky then, but you just change the numbers, yeah? 2368. I'm going to write that down as well. There, that's working lovely now. Franco's given me the peak trick there with the numbers. I'm going to write that down. Every day is a school day. So it'd be 1.4 and then 2.8. 2.3, sorry. 23685. I was quite impressed with that actually, how well it responds to a collision. Right, I'm going to save, do another save. So save. Scram. And I don't know which one we're on now. Let's just put 4. I have no idea what number I'm on. Record and play. Enter. There we go. I've just pinned Franco's message there in case anyone else would like that information. Okay. I want to put a nice little border. What am I doing here? I want to put a nice little border around our little playing field now. So if we look at it, I want to put a nice little border around it. Set up a score system. Eventually I'd like the nasties to shoot back as well. Make it more into a bit more of an enjoyable game. I don't know whether to keep it the main player just moving up and down and it's just a one key press game. I don't know yet. Boom. Now he should go right back to the beginning. Is he going right back? He's going too far over, isn't he? So really 23 probably needs to be 21. So let's just change the B, sorry, list 40. I'm going to change that. I think it's going over 2 spaces too far. It's going off the map. So let's change it to 21. See if that's right. Boom. Probably one too many actually. Probably should have been 23. Did it move? Right, let's try this one. Yeah. Problem is if I go right back, if I do put a border around it, they'll end up deleting the border. So let's get the border around it first. The other thing with the ZX81, you can't put a lot in one line. You know, you can't use, for instance, that symbol there and then carry on. See, it doesn't change to a K. You can't carry on making the line bigger. Otherwise I would have put all those lets in one line, you know, but it won't. You can't, which is a little bit of a pain, but never mind. It is what it is, isn't it? It's not a lot you can do about it. It's the way things are. So let's put print at 0 comma, and then we're at 5, aren't we? We need to go to 4 because we're putting a little border around it. Oh, I forgot this. Oh, I mean, we could write the name Scramble, because that's what it's eventually going to be like. It's what I'm trying to create here. My own ZX81 version of it in BASIC. Let's see what that looks like. Run. Yeah. Nearly. Might need to move it back a bit. I'm thinking about having the score underneath the landscape, make that landscape just a little bit bigger. That looks like it might be. Go 2 back. Enter. Oh, 1 too many. I'll put another one there. $20 to 11, 13 people watching. Let's discuss it over tea. He's back. I thought he'd gone. He's back again, talking about borders. I thought he'd gone to bed. Let f equal 0. No, so we want to go from 1 because we're already in the 0 there. 2, and I think our platform leaves. Let's go to 12. I'm not too sure how far down it was now. I'm going to try and squeeze it all in up here. Print at F and it will be 4. And I'm going to use that one, and then at F, comma, I'm a bit of a guess. This could be wrong, this number. In fact, it might need to be 23. I'm not sure until we get it up on the screen. I'm not going to know, but I can always come back and change it. See, now it would have been nice to have put next F, you know, put the old boom, next F. But as you can see, that's it. You've got to start a new line. Not to worry. Right, so where are we with that? Oh, perfect. Perfect. There we go. As you can see, as I'm firing, because I've got a space in front, but I can actually get rid of that now because I've got the extra memory. I can actually just delete it when it gets to there. So let's come down. Lots to do in this game yet. I want to get the spaceships shooting back, and the aliens. Be good if they could shoot back. Whether I get that, I won't get that far tonight though. So let's delete that because that was purely to stop it from and I've got it going to K. If I go In fact, I could have probably have left that in and just put it as a... I mean, eventually I want them to stop anyway as soon as they hit the nasties. What am I doing? So that should have... Probably could have left that in actually. Just put it... I mean, eventually I'll get rid of this anyway. I'll do it properly, but just for to now. Whoops. F. That'd be K. I've put it in the wrong place, haven't I? There we go. Well, let's sorted that out. I just want to put a bit more scenery underneath. So let's stop that and list. So we've got our scenery at... just want to get the position of it. Where is it? So it's at 10. So I need to put it at 11. 11.5. And I'm going to go graphic. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how long that's going to be. It's going to be around about... If we look at where our scramble sign is, I reckon it's going to be probably about there. One too short. And I've gone and deleted it over something, haven't I? What have I deleted? Son of a... Next F. Right, that should have been 9. And what was it? About 2 short, wasn't it? I can't remember now. Was it 2 or 1? Let's just go the 1. So it was that one. G. 8 should have been next F. 8 next F. There we go. Starting to take shape now, isn't it? Starting to get there now. I don't know whether to bring that just down one more line, actually. Let's have a look. Let's bring that down. We go print at 10, comma 5. No. About there. That might not be enough squares, but let's have a look. No, it should have been 11, and then the other one should have been 12. So that should have been 11. That should have been 11. It looked like it was about 4 too short, didn't it? So 1, 2, 3. I'll go 3. I might be wrong. And that 11 needs to be 12. Just give us a little bit more grass underneath, or whatever it is. Delete that, and we put 12. Right. There you go. One block too short, look. Symbol shift 9, symbol shift H, symbol shift, oh, shift, I should say. I'm confused with the spectrum. Okay. Run. Boom, there we go. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that now. That's looking all right. Scramble on the ZX81. Yeah, I think it looks all right. Let's discuss it over tea. It doesn't look too bad, does it? I think what I'll do now is put a score underneath it so we know what we're scoring. Eventually, like I say, I'll do a little bit more to it. I'd like to get them obviously shooting and stuff. I don't know how much can you actually get on a line of a ZX8. You know, can I put a bit more on? It's bloody slow trying to. Probably quicker to just put it at the front rather than scrolling all the way. It's bloody slow, tell you. So 13. So if we go 14, and I'm going to bring it in at 6. Score. Not score. The keys, and then go that. Remember our at. Obviously, I haven't got a score in place yet. There we go. That looks all right. So we've got the makings of a game. 16K on the ZX81. Yeah, we could have called it ZX Ramble. Yeah, that's good. Could change that, couldn't we? ZX Ramble. I like that. I'll change the SC to ZX Ramble then. I like that. Good shout. ZX Ramble, here we come. If I can get the bloody cursor to move. It's slow. So we'll change that to ZX. Yeah. Do I do it like that? Or do we invert it? Let's invert it. What time are we on? Everyone's saying good night to one another. Well, it's nearly 11 o'clock. I'll probably give it another half an hour to 11:30. And then I shall be calling it a night myself. What I'm going to do now is every time we hit one of these nasties with our bullets, I want it to score. Boom. 1 point. Boom. Another point. So, to do that, now I've got the added room. If we go down to list 200, so it's going to have to be in here. As I hit 230, 240, and 250, they're all going to have to go sub. I'm going to have to go sub because you can't put anything else on the end of the line, you know? So I'm thinking, which is a pain in the bloody ass, to be honest with you. I'm just going to go. I need to go to the toilet. Well, the beer's going right through me. Let's put a little bit of music on. And I shall be back. Okay, so I'm back And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go sub them. 290. I'm going to just put stop there for now, because when we die, I haven't worked out what I'm going to do there yet. So I'm just going to put the stop. Now 300. This is where I'm going to start putting some go subs in. So what I'm thinking of doing is, you know, if I was on the Spectrum now, it'd have been a lot easier. I wouldn't have to do all this. But because obviously we're on a ZX81, I can't make those lines any bigger. So I'm going to have to 230, for instance. I'm just going to put, if Y equals VAL3 and F equals B, then I'll go sub. I won't let B equal K. I'll go sub to line 300. And then it will be let B. I'm going to put S. I don't think I've used an S. Let me just check. I'm going to come back to line 300 in a minute. I'm going to go list. Just want to check my variables. I don't think I've used an S. I'm pretty sure I haven't. No, I haven't. List 300. So 300. I'm going to put let S equal S plus 1. Yeah. Heavy system sync. You're in the USA, are you? In America, yeah? 5 p.m. over there. Wow. The time here is, well, just gone past 11 o'clock. 4 minutes past 11. So 320. I'm then going to put let B equal K. Okay, so it goes back. And then 320, I'm going to put a return. I'm just trying to think actually, if is there a better way of doing this? Because I've got 3 nasties. So line 230, that will then go sub to 300, carry out that, and then it will return. And then I'll have to repeat the process underneath as well. Can't think of any other way of doing it, because I just don't have the line availability to me to do it, you know, to expand the lines. And this is obviously where it's going to start eating memory up as well, because line numbers are expanding, the program's getting bigger. If I go sub 300, no, not what's happening there. So we then go sub 300. Okay, so 330. Let S equal S plus 1. And then 340, let C equal K. 350, return. Just we'll carry on and do the next one. I'm not happy doing it this way. I'll try and think up a better way of doing this at some point, but it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, I'm trying to work out how I could do it. But I know this is going to work, so that's the main thing. I know it's going to work, so let's just carry on and do it. sorry, Y, letter Y return, that's where return is located. So that's all three in. So the next one, 240, needs to go to 330. Probably going to be quicker to put that list 240, 340 we're going to. Oh, come on. Pull it down. I'll get this in, make sure it all works, then I'll save it. So this is the C equals K, so it'll be go sub 330. Will do. Let's talk. Thanks. Will do. I'll have a good scan. I sometimes do that anyway because I miss so much from the chat room when I'm busy programming. My eyes always aren't focused on the chat room, as you all know. I miss stuff. So yeah, I will have a look because to me this is a long-winded way of doing it. There's got to be a better method. But you know, it's nearly 10 past 11. I'm tired. I can't think straight now. That's my excuse. Anyway, so we'll go sub into that. We know that's going to work. It's not going to work at the moment because we need to give the variable s a number. 35. Let s equal, no, a is 0, not pi is 0, so I can just put let s equal a. Right, now the next thing we need to do is obviously I need to print the score up. Now I should have probably put that underneath all those go subs thinking about it. In fact, no, I don't need to, do I? Let's go back to the top. Where's the score? So it's 14.6. So it'll be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 14.12 is where score's got to be printed. List 200, 14.12. I can put it there at 255. 255 print at 14.12. Let's use the correct symbols and put S. Right. Let's see what happens. Are we going to get a score working? Boom. Yes. Cool. Why is it so slow? Why has it gone so slow? Probably because it's printing that up constantly, isn't it? Yeah. I can't put it there because it will be printing it constantly. It'll be constantly printing. I'm going to have to put it... Oh, bollocks. I'm going to have to put it either underneath all of those go subs I've just done. Because that's in the firing routine. I've placed it in there. That's why it's slow now. It's constantly printing it. Oh no, no! I see what I've done. I can put it after the next F. I've got it. I need to put it below the loop. Maybe that'll help. If you look, I've got it inside the loop. See, I've got the next F there. If I move that to 265, two six five, 255. Get rid of that. Now it hopefully shouldn't. That should have sorted it. It's not slowed up. Yeah, there we go. That's what it was. I had it inside the loop. So now we've got a score. It's a shame everything stops. The only thing I can think of doing is I print just a big line of missiles and then they go, you know, like a line. Maybe that would be quicker. I quite like the bullet moving though. Adds a bit of animation. It's just a shame everything's stopping. But that is one of the downsides of it, isn't it? We don't have draw on the ZX81. We've only got the plot and unplot. Maybe I could try using that, but I think that will slow it up. I did do some trial runs using plot, and I did find it quite slow. One thing I haven't tested is, are they working when they hit the end of the screen okay? Let's let that one at the bottom go to the end of the screen. I want to make sure it's ending dead. Yeah, cool. See, I could move the word dead now as well. I could perhaps put that next to the where it says underneath the score or something. Tidy that up a bit. Or game over would be a better word, I think, rather than dead. I used dead before because of memory issues with the 1K. But got some extra memory now. It was 15, 17. Let's put that at 17. And it was 5, 6, wasn't it? I think it was 6. Was it 7? Can't remember. Let's see. And we'll change that to game over. Yeah, I might change the missile. I might have a. I won't do it tonight, but at some point I might actually have a play with it and see if it's quicker. If it just prints up a line of, you know, minuses and then woof, unprinted again. I think that might be a lot quicker. Game over. There we go. That's a bit tidier, isn't it? Yeah, missile movement needs to be inside the game loop. Yeah, so it all moves at the same time. I reckon it'll be so slow though, don't you? You know, because you've got quite a lot moving there. Got three nasties moving. You got the scenery moving. But yeah, that ain't a bad shout. To be fair, let's have a look. Can I do that? Can I? Missile movement needs to be inside the loop, so that's probably quite easy to change actually. What I'll do is I'll save this as it is at the moment. I'm going to. What time are we on? I might quickly see if I can do it. I'm only going to stay on for another 10 minutes, so I don't know whether I'm going to have the time. Record and play. Right, okay, that's good. Yeah, I think it will slow it down a lot as well. Is it Damien Butterworth who suggested that? I think it will slow it down quite a bit. I'm thinking maybe do something like this. You know, so when you push the fire button, you get a line of them come up. And then we have... And then they're just cleared off. You know, a slight pause perhaps. Oh, pushing the wrong keys. A slight pause. And then just clear them all with... Whoops. Clear them all then with the line of spaces, like, you know. So you've just got that, like it's drawing a line, like a laser. Because obviously, like I said, you haven't got the draw function on the ZX81. We've got the plot function, but what that will do, and I did do some trial runs off stream, it'll basically print, it'll be like that. And from my experience already using plot and unplot, it did seem to be quite slow. Let's just have a quick look at my printing idea first. So we could, I mean, basically we get rid of the full next loop, don't we? Okay, which means 230, 240, 250 would no longer work. Or would it? No, I don't think it would. No, I'd have to put in a separate collision detection for them all, or a collision detection perhaps for the actual bullet itself. I'll have to work out how to do it. But if I just rem them out a minute. Let's put a rem there. So I'm stopping the loop from working, basically. Obviously, that's not going to work. So let's go 225. Print at, and we can see above there our spaceship is at Y8. So if we go Y9 just in front of it, and a line of, I don't know, probably about there, yeah. Two, 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 six, print at, in fact, let's put a, sorry, let's put a just a small pause in there of 3, 2, 2, 2, 7. Now I want to go print at Y9. Now all of those ones below are going to come up with an error because you've got F in there. So to get around that, I'm just going to give F a variable number just to stop it crashing. Or I could just run them out because they're not going to work now. So how many have we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Something around about there. In fact, let's just put 228. I'm just going to return it. I just want to see what it looks like, that's all. Come on. It's quicker. The button response is crap though. It's taken ages for it to respond. Pause is probably not the best to use because it's causing it to flicker. Let's get rid of that. That's better. Got rid of the pause. I think you'd agree with me when that is a better laser alert, a lot quicker. So now all I've got to work out is the collision detection. Probably going to have to do that for every spaceship now. If it detects a minus sign, I can probably use the peak trick again. Yeah, I like that. So I need to work out now how to just get the collision detection on them. Yes. No need to. Yeah, you're right. No need to detect. Destroyed saying you just use the coordinates. Yeah, of course, yes. So if y equals 3, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. And I'm going to put 9. If 9 equals b, but that's 9's in front of you. It's 9 to 19. I don't think you can do what I'm going to try now. It doesn't. It certainly doesn't work on the Spectrum. But will it work? Will it work on a ZX81? No, it's not going to work, is it? No, I didn't think it would. Let's put that at 19, because that's the end of the laser. Move 228. I'll work it out. I'll work it out. Come on, there we go. REM. So let's just see. So which one have I done it for? The top one. No, see, it's position 19. It needs to be every position. I think I know what I've done. What's up? Here we go. Key response is so slow on this. Why is it not firing? No, it didn't work. It didn't work. That needs to be less than 9. There we go. He's only gone and done it. Right, let's see if it does it again. Bang. Yes. Sorted. So it's less than 9. Do you need to go toilet? Sorry, my dog's panting away at me. Come on then. What's up? Come on. Come on then. What's wrong with you? Right, okay. So let's change all of those others to exactly the same. And then we can get rid of that for next loop then. We don't need to worry about it. Get rid of that one. Oh, bloody... there we go. So, Danny... That was a good shout. It destroyed about coordinates. I didn't give that a thought. But yeah, you're dead right. And as you can see, it's working. It's just getting this calculation here correct. So 260 can go. We don't need that anymore. 210 can go. And 220 can go. Now the only thing is, it's probably gonna keep printing, but does that really matter? You know, the score. Oh, we had a problem there. What happened then? Thought I saw 2 come up. That's all right. Printing 2 for some reason. Not all the time. Certainly a lot quicker now though. Okay. List 227. Let me move that one down to 255 just to see if it will remain on the screen just a little bit longer than it is. 255. There we go. And let's get rid of 22. You can always move it back. What do you think? Just that slight delay so you can see the actual laser. Oh, fire! It stopped firing. Nothing's working. Oh, there we go. Oh, dead. Game over. It hit me. Okay. Well, yeah, that's worked out all right, hasn't it? We are printing up the score all the time when we fire. If you look there, look at 265. As soon as I push the fire key, it's going to be printing up the score, which isn't a big problem. As you can see, it's not really affecting the speed much, but do we really need to be constantly printing up the score? We don't really want it to print up the score unless we've detected something, which would mean I could move it to where we've got the go subs. The problem is that you're printing it 3 bloody times then, aren't you? There's a bit of a nuisance. I'm tempted just to leave it where it is. Plus we've got B equal K. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's all right. Right, okay. Let's save it. What time are we on? Yeah, I'm going to save it because I said I was going to go off at 2:30. It's now 1:45, or nearly 22. Let's save it. I'm going to call it a night now. I'm going to call it ZX. RAM, because we changed the name. Record and play. And I'll continue with this at some other point and do a bit more to it. Well, I hope you've all enjoyed my little venture tonight on the ZX81, the eBay buy. So I'm quite pleased with it. In fact, I'm chuffed to bits with it. I'm just glad I managed to get it working. The screen is looking really clear now as well. I'm looking forward to doing more with this. So I shall try and get those nasties to fire back as well. I don't know whether I preferred the laser when it was a little bit quicker. Well, you don't want it too quick. You need to see it, don't you? I don't know. I'll have a play with it anyway. Anyway, that is me for tonight. I'm done. I've had enough. I'm tired. So thank you ever so much for watching. If you're new to the stream, new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hit that like button. And I shall see you all on the next one. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I shall see you soon. Thanks for watching. I'm just reading Damien's post. Don't say that, Alex. I have 1 can of lager left and an active eBay account. Well, good luck, mate. Don't go doing anything stupid. Anyway, see you all later. Have a smashing weekend with what's left of it anyway. Cheerio.